Forecast. In this season, I will be covering the PGA weekly schedule, starting with the Tournament of Champions and all the way through the Tour Championship. I'll also have a few Yahoo videos just for some of our Discord guys that like to play Yahoo Cup. What we're going to do this week is take a look at the course Kapalua Tournament of Champions, and it's going to be a field of 39 golfers minus one Rory McIlroy. And real quick, I want you to do everything on this list for me. Okay, this is what we're going to have for you this year is for my channel. I'd like you to first subscribe, share, drop a like, notification bell, all that kind of good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at BILLYAH40, Bill Ya 40. Shoot me a DM there and I'll invite you over to our Discord channel. We got a great group of guys there. We discuss mainly PGA, a lot of NFL, MMA, all kinds of sports, NASCAR, you name it. And of course, I have a contest weekly PGA. And once you join that, the link will be in the description. You will be in our Billy Ho's Weekly League, and you'll get invites to all the great contests. And in the comment section, let me know who you like low-key wise. It doesn't have to be the chalk of the chalk or anybody crazy like that. Just give me somebody that might be on the down low, and I don't want to hear no Brooks Koepka shit. We all know he can come out and win this thing, and nobody would be shocked at 5% ownership. That he just always does that. So first of all, I'd like to thank Fantasy National for their great stats. I get all my custom stats from their engine. You can run custom models, and they have anything from all the strokes gained categories to what kind of shot shape you hit off the tee, which is a foreshadowing of what might come later in this broadcast if you stick around. Kapalua, 7,600, par 73, which is a little different, but this course is highly gettable, wide open fairways, wide open, huge monster greens, and the wind is usually the only defense this course has. So hopefully, weather pending. Last I looked, it wasn't going to be too bad. So it could be a birdie fest for sure. Grip it and rip it, baby. And of course, the fairways and rough are also Bermuda along with the greens. And the greens are a little bit slower side of the stemp. You would call it Velcro. And but they did, just as a caveat, a couple of years ago, they did do a renovation of the greens, which made them play a little firmer, but it's been a couple of years, so I would just stick with what you know. And these are a handful of guys that are the course horses. There's no names on here that are unfamiliar to anybody. Usually this kind of top 5 list here is just a most likely to succeed kind of thing, and it's not in any order. We'll get to that later. And of course, the number one scoring opportunities on this golf course is going to be those par 5s. There's 4 of them. They're all highly gettable, as you can see on the screen. They're all highly birdie conversion rates. So you have to hit those par 5s to score here. And you can also throw in the 14th hole, I believe, which is the drivable par 4, which is essentially a par 5-ish type course. You knock it up close to the green, and then you chip on and you make your putt. That's just the way those kind of things roll. All right, give me just a second. And of course, these are a few other keys here that to hoisting the trophy. Of course, attacking those par 5s. You're going to need a solid approach game to get you up close. And you need savvy around the green play on these par 5s, because not everybody, even though the greens are huge, you're not always going to hit the green in the second shot regulation. You're going to have to get around the green up and down to make those putts. And of course, making a fucking putt will matter. And now on to DK pricing. These are your stars. And what we have here is going to be 3 different tiers. There's 39 golfers, so I broke them into 3 of 13. So you see all your stars here, and what we'll call them the big dogs. And I broke the pricing down. These 5 guys at 10K plus. You can make a case for any of these guys, really. I got my eye on JT. Obviously, he's my local boy from Louisville, but he is, in my opinion, the best fit for the golf course. I mean, the man is just a ball striking machine, wide open fairways. He can get a little wonky with the driver. He struggled putting this year, and I'm really hoping to fix this couple of times I've seen and hits at a mile. It doesn't really fit this course. He shot into these part on point and drives off into a couple others. He's had a lot of success. He had one miss, go out here and dominate, just like, we all know what he did. And he didn't play much cards. Who is and the man loves him some no cut. I mean, 500, he can be your second guy in. You could take Rom, that might leave you a little strap cat or cash strap, but you can do it. Also, just under him, Sam Burns. Man, here I'll tell you that much. The man can play some golf. He's got the all around game. I can't put over Spieth and Decky and those guys. Those are play at your own risk kind of guys. Off a little bit. Decky, his putting, but he had the worst stretch of putting over the fall that like a champ. So he might be a guy that's kind of on a sneaky side moving forward. All right. The next guy up is the cutter that I like. Sung Jae is always one of my favorite. The dude plays any course. He gains off the tee. He loves the par 5s. So I consider getting it going as well. He's a hell of a good. What the fuck moment here was Patrick Reed at 7,900. Now I know, Patrick didn't know with him, but he's also had much success. And the man can play. He's got the around the green and the putting. He gets that going. Eric is my 4th guy. Sign me up. Kokrak playing solid. Gooch is breaking through. He's got a good shot shape as well. Hint, hint. Mark Lewis. He is what we call in our Discord the DFS, like absolute crap. And then all of a sudden he shows up and it's like boom from. And that's how he gets her done. On to the next tier. And I call these the extras. And these are a cast of characters here, man. Sync, my man Stewie, old school, and Glover won me some money earlier with his hunts. The main guy on this list is Seamus. He's been the most race. Yeah, not too keen on him. I love me some Cam Davis, but he's been playing like dog shit. Let's play a wait and see and let him show me something before I do anything with him. The one guy on the lineup is Joel Damon. Joel Damon is a character on Twitter. If you ever follow him, he's if you follow him. But what he does, the most accurate of most any of these golfers. And he does hit the ball straight, very benefit him. He's been playing very well with the negative putter, but his best surface is Bermuda. So for my last man in, I'll take Joel Damon all day. And like I wanted to show you, and it's all fantasy players swing off the tee. And whether they fade the ball percentage-wise and accuracy-wise. And so what I've heard, the best shot is a fade. And there are the majority of the whole trade as well. And there is a handful of where you can draw it off the tee, but fade is. There are 5 players that I chose that off with number 5, my man Billy Ho, who hits a fade at a pretty good accurate. He can be good with the irons, and you know how he can get hot with the putters. And also my boy Joel Damon, and he like I told you, he's the most, and he's been playing pretty well lately. 3rd guy, I'm good as anybody. I mean, he's a natural fader of the ball in everything. I mean, you'll hear the commentators about a fade. So I like him this week as well. Number 2, Colin Morikawa. He obviously, and he is. People argue he's the best iron player in the world, and who am I to argue sometimes? And the putting comes and goes, but when the putting's there, chalk him up. I already said that I would lock and load him in every week this year. I mean, what's he going to burn you once or twice? John Rahm, he has that short, compact swing and golf ball. He's had a lot of success here. He just hasn't played that much in the fall, so he can be your guy. I think I've taken enough of your time. You're learning a lot over this year. I'm a shout out to all my boys in the Flophouse Discord. We do a lot of great discussions. And it's just Billy Ho's. I mean, I'm not charging anybody for anything. Just click the subscribe. Not hard to do. And I think that's going to do it. Until next time, see ya.